slow 一点 slow 一点 slow 一点 slow 一点 slow 一点 slow
断
一点，
断
slow 一点的咯。
看咯，打败 ice cream 咯，等下回去又要找 ice cream truck 了咯。哇，哪里断了？
点点。
年包。
In the previous episode of JiGigantic Fishing, I was the infamous ice cream man. I lost a sailfish and I also lost an angkau. I couldn't believe my luck on that day, and feeling defeated, I wanted to fish again. We contacted Ah Huat to arrange for another fishing in the following week. Am I able to take my revenge? Or ice cream strikes me again? Let's see. As you can see in the video, the weather was perfect in the morning. We were told to prepare our pintail casting as we thought that the tenggiri will still be there. We went all the way to cast from Pulau Tinggi area towards Pulau Tioman. Eventually we came back to Pulau Tinggi area because there were no bites at all. After casting our pintails for some time, we decided to switch over to light jigging at the bottom, hopefully to get some bottom fish and some trevallies. At this point of time, as you can see, I've landed a grouper, which is what we commonly call baiwei, a white-tailed grouper. I don't know the specific English name, but I can look up for it. But this is quite a good eating fish. In fact, it is very common in Pulau Sibu area, as well as Rompin, Pulau Tioman area. This species of grouper doesn't grow very big, so if you manage to catch a 500-gram one, you will just it is fine to tapao back, and it will make a good dinner size fish. At this moment, I've landed a tibun, or what we call Spanish flag snapper. It is a very good eating fish. So, well, quite a good table size. We're gonna keep this. At the same time, you can see a floating fish at the surface of the water. It is actually a fish that we caught earlier and we released it back into the sea without puncturing its bloated stomach. So this is a quite a negative example. And so next time when you want to release a grouper back or any fish that you do not want to eat back into the sea, remember to puncture its stomach if it's bloated. If not, it will probably end up as an eagle's meal, because we've seen a couple of times where eagles will just come down and grab the fish and bring it back to its nest. At this point of time, I would like to share a tip with you about light jigging, especially when you are fishing with not many people. So in this case, I was only fishing with my friend Marvin and of course with our captain Ah Huat. What I will usually do is to stand at the back of the boat, cast the light jig towards the direction against the current. Alright, so basically to cast against the current. After that, when the jig land on the seabed, flick your rod to make a zigzag motion to let the jig dance towards you, towards the boat. When it's near the boat, the current will actually bring it probably to the back of the boat and slowly to the other side of the boat as well, to the side where the current moves uh, alongside with you, with your jig. Alright, so you just continue to do the vertical jigging, okay, until you find that the jig is too far away from you, then you start retrieving back. Now this is an efficient way of jigging because it doesn't require you to reel back your jig all the time, too many times, and it allows you to cover one big stretch behind the boat, okay, without repeatedly retrieving it and recasting the jig again or re-dropping the jig down again. So this helps you to save a lot of time and energy, because if you are jigging for the whole day, it can be very tiring.
讲讲哎，
好旁边的。啊，别又来了哈！不懂什么来的嘞？
石斑白尾，这次来，
大条聊的部分了。
我这个，我是叫你钓白尾啊！哇，真的啊！你怎么这么厉害？
有这样大只吗？
不是大只，是超大只啊！
啊，别啦！
哇，算几罗了嘞？
好恶心啦！哇啦，刚才可能也是你啦，刚才。又要给你断线。还要查你的肚子，看有没有东西。
恐怖哎！
这个可以吃的吗？不可以吃的，这个。超恶。Logo fish，
哇，这是算几罗了嘞？
哇，它真的大只哎！
Well, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. While I was here to break the curse of the ice cream, unfortunately, the ice cream strikes back.
大球来喽！
丢！哇！slow 一点，slow 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 一点，
不断
，slow 一点，
断
，slow 一点的喽。
看到？
打扮 ice cream 咯，等一下回去要找 ice cream truck 了咯。
丢。slow 一点，slow 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 一点。
不，断。
slow 一点，
断。
slow 一点了咯。
看咯，打扮 ice cream 咯，等一下回去要找 ice cream truck 了咯。
Fortunately, this trip turns out to be slightly better than I expected it to be. I managed to land a few decent fishes, and here is one of them.
哎呀，八一啊！
哦，蛮不错的。看好好啊，白鱼还是什么鱼？会抖，白鱼。
这是有鳞的麻椒啊！
有鳞麻椒，对了，有鳞麻椒。到了没？
到了。
哇！对，哎呦，哇，掉！
哇，它不要跑啊，不要走哎，我的。
哇，掉，哪里？
我今天的。
哦，
大概差不多。
哇，我的也是白鱼哎！
哇，哎，好大只啊！来，我帮你。
可能是有鳞的麻椒
While I
了。
was trying to land the sargai at the back of the boat, Marvin continued fishing. And because we were at this spot where there was a school of fish, Marvin had a fish on as well the moment his jig landed at the seabed.
哇，老贝！哇，我的也是中！哇，它不要跑啊，不要走哎，我的！
If you have noticed, the fish doesn't seem to pull the line when it actually bites on the jig. So it actually requires Marvin to pull his rod before the fish started running.
哇，我的也是白鱼哎！
This was seemingly the case for the entirety of fishing in Sibu area. It might be because the fish are just very lethargic.
登去！啊，圆了！ 啊，圆了！这脚没有中力哦。
中过了，但是我今天发正中而已。
Towards the end of the day, we tried to fish nearer to the island, where the water is much shallower. While I was casting my jig, there was a moment when I couldn't feel my jig touching the seabed. And it was also that moment that I noticed a fish jump out of the water.
中你哦，你中了咯，国标啊，放松点了，给它背啊，跳水的就是国标，你不用看，你讲没有中国标是吗？啊，现在就国标了咯。
好了，我写了，叫 ice cream 哦，你放松点，给它跑哦。
不是哎，不是那个什么三宝宫。
三宝宫啊。
Initially, we thought it was a cobia because cobia has a tendency of jumping out of water as well as moving towards the boat, causing your line to feel as if it is slack. But after some time, when the white color shows, we know that it was a queenfish, another fish that is famous for jumping out of water. Eventually, we donated the two queenfish to the security person at the Tanjung Leman Jetty, which he will probably bring back home and cook asam or to make into salted fish. We have now come to the end of the third episode of the JiGigantic Fishing channel. We'd like to thank Captain Ah Huat again for bringing us out to fish. At the same time, do subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Tight line guys!